Hello friends, and in this video we are going to talk about the Oppo Find X3 Pro. It is a phone that will be have an official unveiling on March 11th, which is tomorrow, 2021. We have all the details pretty much, and it's supposed to be a beast of a phone. Let's get into it and see what the specs are, and let's take it from there for a review. So like I said, this is going to be an international phone. It is going to probably be unlocked. It's not going to be available in the United States for some time, so that's going to be a little bit of a hassle if you're in the US. But the good thing about international phones is that they come fully unlocked. They come usually with dual SIM cards. But let's go ahead and give you some more details about this phone. So it's going to probably be a 5G phone. Not a lot of international phones come with 5G, so that's a good thing right there. This phone is going to be probably around 8 millimeters thick. The weight supposedly is going to be around 6.7 ounces. And let's talk about the build quality now. It's going to have a glass front, a Gorilla Glass front, a ceramic back, maybe a leather back, and an aluminum frame. So this phone should feel kind of premium. This is going to be a beast of a phone, so I don't picture this phone being so plasticky. And that weight feels just about right, you know, just under 7 ounces. So this should feel premium in the hand. This is the international phone, so yeah, on deck is going to be dual SIM for sure. 2 physical SIM card slots, so you can stick these nano SIM cards in the phone, have 2 data plans, 2 phone numbers. If you're traveling, you can put the swap out the SIM cards very easily. So it's good for travelers, or if you just have 2 data plans in mind, or if you want to use one phone number on one carrier and you got good coverage with another data carrier, it's totally going to be flexible. So this is going to make a lot of people happy. So let's talk about the water and dust resistance. So it says that it might be IP68 dust and water resistant. So think about dunking this phone fully submerged in water. It'll be safe for up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. So yeah, this phone is going to be good if you're around the pool, if you're around the beach, the ocean, a lake, if it falls in the toilet, if you are washing dishes, if you're in the rain, it should handle that no problem. Next, let's move on to the display. So this should have a beast of a display. Let's go ahead and talk about this 6.7-inch phone. So the size is just right, not overly huge. It's gonna look like a premium phone. That 6.7-inch screen is a Super AMOLED LTPO display. It's gonna have that super smooth 120 hertz refresh rate. So what that means is that when you're scrolling, it's gonna look super buttery smooth. You're not gonna have any jitters, or it's gonna like freeze up. So this is gonna be super cool for scrolling, super nice. It's gonna be very pleasing to the eye. It has 800 nits of brightness average, and it has 1200 nits of peak brightness. So let's talk about the resolution now. It has a 1440 by 3216 pixel resolution. So it's more than full HD. The PPI, the pixel density, is 526. And that front display is obviously gonna be Gorilla Glass. Next is software, and this bad boy is gonna be released definitely with Android 11, but it's not the stock version. It's going to be a skin on top. It says it's going to be Color OS 11.2. So obviously, I think that this phone is probably not going to get updated. You're going to probably be stuck with Android 11, and it's not stock. It's going to have its own version of Android. So it's going to be, you know, a little bit different with its own little tweaks and quirks. But at least it's launching with a newer version of Android, relatively speaking. For the chipset, it's rocking a Qualcomm Snapdragon 888. That is the top tier chipset used in the top flagship smartphones. So you got Samsung, you've got Oppo, you have all these manufacturers that are releasing flagship level phones. This is the this is the chipset that they're all using. This is gonna be the fastest on Android, the newest on Android, and it's gonna be, once you get this phone, this is gonna be working for years and years of performance. This is gonna be a top tier chip. It's gonna last you forever, and it's gonna handle whatever you throw at it. Any game on the App Store, any video editing you do on this, you know, it's gonna just be super smooth. You shouldn't have any problems. This is top tier, man, top tier. And it's rocking a CPU of octa-core CPU with a GPU of Adreno 660. So yeah, for gaming and stuff like that, yeah, this is gonna handle a lot of graphic intensive games. The internal storage is very generous as well. We start off at 256 gigs, and you could also get 512 gigs of storage. So there should be no problem, people. You should have no problem you know, running out of space on this device. You should have no issues with shoving tons of music and movies and videos and all that good stuff, because this doesn't come with a SD card slot. But there shouldn't be a problem. You got 256 gigs. That should support everybody's storage habits. Moving on to the RAM, very impressive. You got a beast amount of RAM, 12 gigs of RAM. That should please everybody. It's definitely considered overkill. I don't think anybody on earth can tax 12 gigs of RAM. That's more than laptops. That's more than iPhones. That's more than PCs, iMacs. And this is on a phone. So you're not doing as much as on a laptop as you're gonna do on this phone, but that's just the peace of mind of having 12 gigs of RAM. It should take care of everything that you throw at it. Now let's talk about the camera. It's gonna be one of the main selling points of this device. So to start off, let's see, we have a 50 megapixel main shooter, 50 megapixel ultra wide. So this is the first time I've seen like that amount of megapixels in an ultra wide camera. So you got a dual thread of 50 and 50. Then they throw in a 3 megapixel macro. Not too interested in that, but that 50 megapixel ultra wide, oh, that's love right there. And supposedly these are both going to be Sony caliber cameras. So you know that these are gonna be some bomb ass cameras. For the video, yeah, you're shooting up to 4K. And you know, most phones nowadays shoot in 4K, at least the mid-range to flagships. But I still don't think people take advantage of taking 4K videos because it does take up storage. But you know, with this level quality of camera, I think you should take 4K videos. Boom, moving on to the selfie camera. Let's flip this phone around to the front. You got a 32 megapixel selfie camera. Unfortunately, the video only supports 1080p, but that's okay. You know, that's okay. It's not 4K like on some iPhones and on some Samsung Galaxy S21s, but it still should take crispy videos, all right? We'll definitely take a look and see what the results are, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be nice. Next thing to know about this phone is that it's not gonna have a headphone jack. Wah, wah, wah. If you haven't moved on to wireless, you're gonna be disappointed. You can't connect it to your car with the aux cord. You can't connect physical headphones, and you cannot connect the mic physically. So, but you know, most people have moved on to wireless, so I'm thinking it won't disappoint too many people. All right, so this one has NFC. It's gonna be used mainly probably for payments, but it's gonna also be used for, like, you know, sending information between devices, or you know, sending files and pictures and videos and all that stuff between other devices that have NFC. But it might depend on the region, who knows. International phones, you don't know really how they're gonna handle the final product when it's released, so we'll take a look. Next is the port, the charging port. It's obviously gonna rock USB Type-C since this is an Android phone, and it's just a very flexible option. People forget that you could charge USB Type-C with smartphones, laptops, tablets. You could do a MacBook, you could do a Chromebook, you could do a Windows PC, you could do other phones. You could just pretty much, it charges a lot of different devices, as opposed to the Lightning port on iPhones, where it only works pretty much on iOS devices. Next, we're talking about how you unlock this device. So this one has a under-display fingerprint reader, a la Samsung Galaxy S21 status. So very nice. You can lay the phone on flat on the table and unlock it without picking it up. Next important thing in this phone is going to be battery. This one has a 4,500 milliamp battery. That should be enough to power this device for most of the day. If you do manage to drain the battery quick, if you're like, you know, super crazy with your apps, you're on social media all day, watching tons of videos, you know, do you, but you're gonna have to charge. And luckily this phone has fast charging at 65 watts. So this should be hella fast to charge up your phone. Also has fast wireless charging at 30 watts. So this phone pretty much covers the battery and the charging. It's good to go. A little bit worried about that 4,500 milliamp. I've seen phones that are even budget that have 5,000 and 6,000 milliamp batteries, but I could live with that since it has fast charging on here. So basically this device is gonna be a beast of a phone. Unfortunately, it's probably gonna be hard to get in the US. We still don't know about the price. I guarantee you though, mark my words, it's not gonna cost more than $1,000. Usually when these international phones are released, they're way cheaper. They offer a lot of value. So this one has pretty much the top tier specs in the chipset. It has a bomb ass camera with that 50 megapixel ultra wide. The fast charging and wireless charging is really fast. That's gonna be good. It launches with Android 11. Yeah, this phone's pretty awesome. It's gonna be good for sure for everybody out there. You download any app, so if you got on YouTube, if you do messaging with WhatsApp, it's gonna handle all the basics, no problem. And then some if you do video editing or intensive gaming or just throw any app at it, this one will handle it. It will chew right through it. You know, this phone should definitely work with all your other devices, so this should pair up real smooth with your smartwatch, your wireless earbuds with speakers. You know, this should work very good. So on that note, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.